Hi there, it's Rebecca again with Colorworks and my continuing vlog series on how we all as adults and kids handle August and the back of school season differently. Based on our hardwiring, some of us are super excited, some of us are dreading it, some of us are procrastinating, and others of us are making crazy lists and checking them off. So in my last vlog, 2 vlogs, I talked about the parents' color types and how they handle it back to school differently. And I covered the gold children and how they handle this time of year and where stress crops up for them and why. Today I want to cover the orange child. So the orange child is just like the adult version of oranges, like I talked about in the vlog that covered the parent stressors at the back to school time of the year. The orange kids are the same. They can come in a variety of flavors because oranges are very much dictated by if they're an introvert or extrovert, and their second color has a huge play into how they respond to things. So some of our oranges are actually getting really excited, and this in general, just in general I'm speaking now, is our extroverted oranges, especially our extroverted orange blues. They are very excited to get back around all of their friends and to be social and to rejoin clubs and sports and activities and things like that. They love to compete. They enjoy their things like show choir and band and sports teams where they can perform. So for them, it's a pretty exciting time of the year. They'll still be hesitant when it comes to things like having to get organized and get all their supplies checked off and set alarms to wake up early, because those just are not how oranges are hardwired. So they might be a little bit bummed out by those things, but in general, they're pretty psyched because they're about to be rewarded with freedoms that are only offered outside of their home, and oranges are all about their freedoms. So getting to kind of run their own schedule during the day, getting to go to events like sporting events or activities outside of school that are school related, all of that can be really fun for our extroverted oranges because it's a new form of freedom, especially as they get older, junior high and high school. They have these new freedoms that they really don't get when you're at home. When you're at home all summer, you're kind of locked up with all of your siblings, or maybe you have a nanny or a parent who's at home who's like making you go through checklists during the day. Well, school has its downside, but it has a lot of upsides too, especially for our extroverted oranges. So on one hand, one face of our oranges, they're getting pretty excited. Now let's look at the other ones. And in general, not always the case, but in general, our introverted oranges can be the ones that are really kind of hiding out in the basement and dreading the start of school again. Because although they love learning and they love their clubs and activities and stuff, at what cost? It's a lot of people and a lot of things to do and a lot of schedule they have to keep track of. And our introverted oranges tend to be a little bit more mellow, chill, laid back people, and school really isn't conducive to the words mellow, chill, or laid back. So for our introverted oranges, they're the group, especially our introverted orange greens. So I went to the complete opposite of the extroverted orange blue. Our introverted orange greens, they're going to be the ones that are pretty meh about starting back to school. So when we look at the differences between those two, how are we going to know if our orange is under stress as they head back into August? Well, the signs I tell parents to look for with is your orange under stress, it's going to be pretty clear with our oranges. They're going to be doing things that are avoidance. They're going to be procrastinating getting their summer reading done, procrastinating getting their online forms filled out if they're older kids. When they're younger, they're going to procrastinate trying on those blue jeans for you, trying on their old shoes, cleaning out their closet. They're not going to want to part any of that because none of that's fun. And for them, it isn't like the golds where they see it as a checklist and it gets them to the next level and it's all about the structure of headed back to school. For them, it's just one more thing that sucks their freedom and reminds them that they're about to come to the end of summer. So you'll see a lot of procrastination. You might also see in your older oranges some sneaky behaviors. They might be getting a little bit on the sneaky side of pushing boundaries or a curfew, trying to get to go to back to school parties that maybe you're not really approving of. So you might see some sneaky behaviors too in our oranges. But let's tackle the behavior that is procrastination and putting off things that they really need to get done before they head back to school. Now, our young oranges are pretty oblivious. They're such laid-back, chill people in general that they're not going to be under a lot of stress as they head back to school. They might have some anxieties about what friends they're going to have in their class and who their teacher is, but it's not as focused as the gold. It's more, are we going to have fun? Am I going to have a fun year? Let's look more at our like junior high and high school age orange kids. They're the ones that are going to be putting stuff off that has to get done. Maybe they picked up a new instrument last year and they really need to be practicing to make the band level they want to this year. Maybe they're trying out for a sports team in the fall and they really need to be working out and they're loafing around playing Fortnite. Maybe they have summer reading or summer workbooks that they need to be completing and they've been pushing them off, and it's into July, early August. It needs to get done so they can start back to school. So that's the one I want to address because that is a much more complicated issue as they get older. So the skill talk of the 4 skill talks we teach at ColorWorks I would advise using is cheer talk. Cheer talk is the talk that builds gratitude, and it is the orange's natural color-aligned talk. They respond the best to it. So when I advocate using cheer talk with our older oranges, I'd say anything tween and up, I'm saying to use that because you need to be using cheer talk to remind them of all the good and fun that there is when you're talking about going back to school. It's not just checking off the list and doing your summer reading and making sure you're practicing and making sure you're working out and making sure you're doing blah, 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 check list. It's not just that. It's reminding them through cheer talk that you really do have a good time during the school year. Remember when you got to go on that trip. Remember when you won that award. Remember when you made that team. Using a little cheer talk and reminding them about everything that's really awesome that's going on around them and how their positive attitude really affects the whole family is super important for the oranges. I also tell parents, couple up that cheer talk with a little coach talk. Coach talk is our talk that sets boundaries and establishes expectations. So sometimes at this time of the year it's important, I shouldn't even say sometimes, always at this time of the year with your oranges, it's important to start giving some expectations so that they remember that just like last year, you are expected to. And then fill in whatever your family value is. Complete your homework every night, maintain A's and B's, whatever it is that you require of them in your home. So giving them lots of doses of cheer talk to remind them about all the positive going on and how they can positively affect everyone around them. And then some small doses of coach talk to realign those expectations at the beginning of the year are the 2 ways that you can really help your orange start off the school year on a really positive foot. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Again, if you want to know more about either cheer or coach talk, you can click on the link below. You can also visit our website, colorworksgroup.com, and there is plenty of information on there about the different 4 skill talks and how each one helps each color type child in a unique way. I hope you have a great start to your school year. I hope you're not procrastinating too much, oranges. You're my team. Have a great start of the year.